Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is one that I'm so excited to share with you guys because today we are kicking it all the way back to OG YouTube and we are doing a good old tutorial for you guys. So today's video is going to be on this really beautiful blue smoky eye with a warm crease, navy liner, a glossy lip and a pink cheek, and I'm so obsessed with the way that it turned out. I love the pop of blue against my brown eyes and I feel like this would be such a fun one for you guys to recreate. But I was really inspired to do this video because I was looking back at all of my videos and I realized there's so many things that I haven't yet played with. I've got all of these Real Technique brushes that I haven't even tried yet, so we're going to be playing with them in today's video. In my last video, you guys would have seen that I played with the I Love Sade E Dose of Colors palette and the Desi X Katie Dose of Colors palette, and I just wanted to play with a few more Dose of Colors products in this video because we have so many new things that I haven't yet played with, and there's a couple of things that we have already seen in previous videos. So today I just thought we'd kick it right back, keep it relaxed, and just do a good old tutorial because I miss tutorials. I miss just sitting there and watching somebody use a combination of new and old things and just kind of hearing their thoughts and just letting them play. Like, I feel like I constantly feel the need to have like a category of something, like full face of this or this theme or whatever it be, and I just thought today I want to sit down and I just want to play and I want to do something new and different for you guys. So if you guys are interested in seeing this tutorial, then just continue watching. Okay, so we are starting off with a really fresh face today. All I've done is just cleansed, and I tried out this product right here. This is the OMOROVICZA from Budapest Moor Cream Cleanser. So looking at the texture, if you can see it down the bottom here, you kind of imagine it to be a really thick clay. It was actually a really nice cream. So when I popped it on, it was actually really nice and smoothing, and I kind of felt it tingling a little bit, which was kind of invigorating on the skin. And as I removed it, it actually didn't feel tight at all. It was actually kind of hydrating, and it felt like it had a bit of a slip to the skin. So I'd actually imagine if you had dry skin, you actually might like this. I myself have oily skin and I found that it actually didn't feel stripped whatsoever, and then all I did was just toned. So next I thought I would try a serum. So this is from the same brand, OMOROVICZA. This is their Daily Vitamin C. I've heard the best things about it, but I've yet to try it myself, so I'm going to go right ahead and just do probably about that much product, rub it between my fingers, and I'm going to go right ahead and apply that. It definitely doesn't have your typical vitamin C scent, which I don't mind. And it feels really nice and smoothing on the skin. It's got a really good slip. I might even take an extra pump and just pop that down my neck. Yeah, I actually really like that. I'll see how I go with my deluxe sample, but after that I might even pick up the full size. I really like that. That feels really great on the skin. So next for moisturizer, I thought we would try out this product right here. This is the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask. It says it's designed to hydrate the skin. I know that you can use this as a overnight mask, a daytime moisturizer, or a nighttime moisturizer. So I figured we'd go right ahead and try out this size. P.S. How cute is this little tester? It is adorable. This was a deluxe gift with purchase. So that's what the texture looks like. As you can see, it's quite a thick moisturizer. So I'm going to go right ahead and just smear that on the skin. And I'm also going to take it down the neck as well. So next for eye cream, I thought we would try out this one right here. This is from Decay. It's the Stress Repair Concentrate. You can use this in a few different ways, so I'll read you the back. It says, gently smooth over eye and lip contour, morning and night. So this is designed to have hexapeptide, which reduces the appearance of crow's feet, and caffeine, which reduces the appearance of puffiness, and it contains 87.5% naturals. So this is a deluxe 3 ml sample size. This is what the sample size looks like. It is so cute. I can't even deal with how adorable these things are. So I'm going to rub that between my middle and my ring finger, and I'm going to pat it underneath the eyes. And I might also drag it in between my smile lines and the middle of my forehead, where I tend to get my expression lines. So next, moving on to makeup, I thought I'd try out this primer right here. This is the Cover FX Illuminating Primer. I last tried out the one with the green little tab right here, which I'm pretty sure had salicylic acid in it. I think it was the more mattifying or blemish-free one. So I thought I'd try out this one today because I haven't tried this one before. So this is what the texture looks like. As you can see, it's a bit of a glowy lotion type of texture. So I'm going to go right ahead and apply that right onto the skin. My skincare is feeling great today. My skin is feeling really nice and plump. So you can see it's giving me a really pretty natural glow. I'm not noticing any glitter or shimmer particles, but my skin is looking really nice and glowy. Okay, so I thought I'd zoom you guys in because I kind of know what I want to do on the eyes today, and I've got a feeling it's going to get a little bit messy. I've kind of got this blue smoky eye kind of pictured because last video we ended up playing with these two palettes right here, and I kind of feel like I want to play with a combination of maybe these these tones in here, or maybe even the blue in here. Like I've got a bit of a blue smoky eye kind of pictured, so we'll kind of play along with these, but I figured because a lot of blue shadows tend to be very, very messy, I thought we'd start off with the eyes and then be able to clean up the under eye after. So we'll start off with this product right here. This is the Urban Decay Primer Potion, the original one. And then I think I'll mix in a little bit of this for some coverage. This is the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Full Coverage Concealer in the shade 14 Light Medium. You guys would have first seen me use this in my first impression of the foundation, which I'll leave up here or up here. But I had a good time with this concealer and that foundation in that video, so I think I'm going to mix a tiny little bit of this into the primer, so we've got a little bit of coverage as well as some priming. So I'm going to mix those two on the back of my ring finger, and I'm just going to go right ahead and pat that on the eyelid. And then for brushes, I thought we would try out this set right here. So you guys might have seen a couple of months ago, I posted a massive Real Techniques haul, which I'll leave up in the eye up here or up here for you guys to watch later on. But I've only tried maybe 10 brushes and I picked up a huge stack of brushes. So most of them I haven't tried out yet. So I figured this is the perfect opportunity to try out these eyeshadows that I've already tried with a new set of brushes. So this first one here is the Real Techniques by Sam and Nick Enhanced Eye Set for Shadow and Liner and Mascara, and as you can see it's got a bonus brush storage cup as well. So this one here is for the eyes. So I think I'll first go into this palette right here, which is the Desi X Katie Dose of Colors Friendcation palette, and I'm going to take this brush on the very end. This is the 310 Essential Crease Brush, and I'm first going to take this shadow right here, which is called Necessary, and I'm going to start lightly popping that through the crease. Next, I'm going to grab this palette right here, which is the I Love Sara E X Dose of Colors 6 Pan Eyeshadow Palette. Taking the same brush, I might tap into this shade, which is called Poquito Más. Poquito Más. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I'm going to take it on the very tip of that brush. And I'm going to start blending that in the crease, but a little bit further down. This color is so pigmented. I barely took any of that color, and as you can see, it is very intense. I love this tone. So in my last video, I totally forgot to use this and I definitely wanted to try it out today. These are the Dose of Colors Ideal Duo Loose Pigment and Primer from the Mint View collection. This one here is in the shade Mint to Be. It is a really beautiful minty color. In the top, you've got your primer, which looks like this. It is such a beautiful mint color. And then underneath, you've got your pigment. So as you can see, it matches really nicely. I feel like, especially because I want to do a blue look, I feel like this would be really fun to kind of scatter on top of it to give it some dimension. But I figured first let's try out the primer. So to apply that, I think we'll go into this brush right here, which is called the 307 shading brush. So I'm going to take that brush and just pop it straight into the primer, and I'm going to start pressing that all over the eyelid. So I'm next going to go back into that brush set and grab this big brush right here in the center. This is the 308 Medium Shadow Brush. And I'm going to go back into the Desi X Katie Friendcation palette, and I'm going to take this beautiful blue right here, which is called A Moment. And I'm going to pat that all across the eyelid. It's so unique because in some angles it looks more blue and then in some it looks more purple. It is such a unique color. Yeah, look at that color. It is so unique. I'm so obsessed. I feel like it looks like wet tinfoil on my eyelids. So pretty. So for a little bit of dimension, I'm going to go back into the I Love Sara E palette, flip the brush over and tap into this bottom shade here, which is called Palmer. And I'm going to start pushing that in the center of the eyelid. And then to start blending it, I'm going to flip the brush over and kind of tap back and forth between both sides at the edges so you get a little bit of that diffused look. To help further blend that, I might take this shadow right here, which is called Cheens, Cheens, with that same first brush that we applied those shadows with. And I'm going to start using that dark brown to kind of help diffuse the edge of the blue into the crease color. So to help blend that out, I've just really thoroughly cleaned off that brush, and I'm going to go back into the I Love Sara E palette and take this one called Finders Keepers. And I'm going to really lightly fade out the edges. And And then lastly for the top, I'm going to go back into the Ideal Duo in the shade Mint to Be. And I'm going to try out this pigment down the bottom because I feel like a hint of that right in the center would be really pretty. So I just took a tiny little bit into the cap and I'm going to press that same 307 brush into that. And I'm going to take it just in the very center. And I'm going to blend it back out with the 308 brush. Okay, so here is what the eyes are looking like now. As you can see, they do look a little bit crazy because we haven't cleaned up everything yet, but that's the benefit of doing your eyes first. So I'm going to go right ahead and clean up the lower lash line and get that all nice and sharp. I'm going to really crisp it out towards the end, and we'll go right ahead and do our foundation, and then later on we'll finish off the lower lash. Okay, so I went right ahead and I reapplied my eye cream underneath my eyes, which was the Decay Stress Repair Concentrate, and then I applied one fresh layer of the Cover FX Illuminating Primer, so we're all ready to go for foundation. I'm really excited to retry this one out today. I wore it for the first time in my first impression review foundation video, and I'll leave that up in the eye up here or up here for you guys to watch after. But this is the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Medium to Full Coverage Foundation, and I wear the shade 119 Light Medium. So this is what the packaging looks like. As I said, I've only worn it once and it was such a good makeup day. So I'm going to go right ahead and take about a pump and a half on the back of my hand. And then to apply that, I thought we'd try out another Real Techniques brush set. This is the Everyday Essentials for blush and foundation and shadow and highlighter and concealer set. But I'm going to take this brush right here, which is the 200 Expert Face Brush. So I figured this is a really good one for foundation. I've tried it out in the little mini already, so I know how well this brush works, so I thought we'd use her. So I'm going to take that brush and kind of pop it into the back of my hand. And I'm going to go right ahead and start applying that straight onto the skin. Last time I tried this, I ended up dotting it onto the skin and then taking the brush to blend it. So I'm going to try it this way today. You can see it's got such good coverage. As I mentioned in that video, this foundation shade is probably about a shade too dark for me, and it does kind of darken as it dries. So I'm going to work pretty quickly. And then just like last time, I'm going to be taking the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Full Coverage Concealer, and this one is in the shade 16 Medium Tan. And I'm going to take a little bit of that on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to take my ring finger and start to spot conceal with this. And then for the under eyes, I might mix the other two shades that I own. So these are the Meet Your Hue Full Coverage Concealers in the shade 10 Light and 14 Light Medium. So I might do a little mix underneath the eyes. So I'm going to do a couple of dots of 10. And then I'm going to do a couple of dots of 14. And then to blend that out, I'm going to go back into the brush set and take this purple brush in the center here, which is the 300 Deluxe Crease Brush. So I'm going to go right ahead and start blending that out. So next to set that down, I thought I would try out this little product right here. This is actually a deluxe sample of the Makeup Forever HD High Definition Powder. This is quite a scandalous product from back in the day. I remember all the flashback photos, so we're going to take a tiny little bit and wish for the best. So to apply that, I'm going to take this brush right here. This is called the 402 Setting Brush. This is a very, very loose powder. Do you see all that powder kind of flying up here? It's very finely milled, so less is more with these type of powders. Yeah, there's so much powder flying off into the air, so literally you want to tap off the vast majority of the product. So then to set the rest of the face, I might just go on with this one again because it worked out so well last time. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Ultra Definition Pressed Finishing Powder in the shade Naked Medium Light. And then to apply that, I might just take the last brush from this set. This is the 400 Blush Brush, but I'll use it for setting powder. There's also a sponge in here, but I won't actually use that one today, so I might just take it out and pop it into this thing right here. This is the Real Techniques Travel Sponge Case, so I might just take it out and pop it into this one to keep it safe for next time. That's so cute. So it just sits in there perfectly, and then you just pop on the lid and it just is protected in there. And I also noticed there's a little flat side so it won't kind of hobble around. That's really nice. I like that little attention to detail. And then I'll just pop that one aside, so the next time that I want to try out this sponge, I've got it here for backup. So I'm going to take that 400 blush brush into the powder, and I'm going to start setting down my base. This brush is so soft, no wonder it's so popular. I actually haven't tried this one before, so I'm excited that I finally get to try it. I think it's their like #1 selling brush, I'm pretty sure. So next for contour, I'm going to go back into my Stila bronzer. I feel like ever since I rediscovered it in my collection, I haven't been able to put it down. This is the Stay All Day Contouring Bronzer for face and body in the shade medium. And then for brushes, I might try out a third set. This one right here is the Flawless Base Set for foundation and concealer. And once again, it comes with its own brush storage case. But I thought we'd try out this first brush right here. This one is the 206 Contour Brush. So I'm going to take that brush and tap it straight into our contour. And I'm going to start contouring my cheeks. I like this brush. I like the size of it. I think it's nice and small, so it fits around the perimeter of my face really well. And then for something different, I thought we'd go into this brush right here, which is the 205 Square Foundation Brush, and try it for nose contouring because it looks like a nice shape for that. So I'm going to really lightly tap that brush into the product, and I'm going to go right ahead and slowly start contouring my nose. I'm also going to try it for lip contouring too, so I'm just going to trace the lower part of my lip. I mean, to be honest, it's okay. The brush is probably not my first preference. I thought it was going to be maybe a little bit softer, but it's really firm, so I feel like it's kind of hard to get it to blend. So I'm just going to take the other brush, which was the 206, and I'm just going to tap over the edges. And then for bronzer, I thought I'd go in with my Bahama Mama bronzer by The Balm. To apply that, I thought we'd try out this brush right here, which is the 204 buffing brush. So I'm going to take a little bit of that product on the brush, and I'm going to start evenly distributing the bronzer, and I'm going to slowly buff that into the skin. Okay, so next for highlight, we've got all of these brand new unused highlights to try out, but I have already tried out these two in previous videos. So I've already tried out the Desi X Katy Fuego highlight in my last video, and then we tried out Chasing the Sun in the Desi X Katy try-on video. So I'll leave them both in the description bar for you guys to watch. So the last one that I haven't tried is this one here in the shade Mirame. So I actually picked up 3 of these, so I figured we'd go right ahead and try out one of these today. So here's what she looks like. She is a beautiful pinky peachy mauve. So to apply that, I might just take the 402 setting brush. So I'm going to take her straight into the top of the highlight, and I'm going to go right ahead and start highlighting the top of my cheekbone. I feel like if anything though, do you see how there's a little bit of a cast right here? I would say so far Fuego seems to be my best match because I didn't seem to notice any type of cast the other day when I tried it. So I feel like if anything, this one's just a hint too mauve and a hint too dark for me. So if it helps, if you're my similar skin tone, I think Fuego is going to be your best bet. So next for blush, I thought we'd try out the other shade that I haven't yet tried. This is the Blush Like You Mint It blush from the Mint For You collection, and this one is in the shade Statement. So the last one that I tried was a more peachier color. This one right here is a little bit more pink. So this is what this one looks like in the shade Statement. It is such a beautiful pinky color. So I reckon I'm going to go right ahead and try out the blush brush that I used for powder initially. So I'm going to go right ahead and just tap it into the blush, and I'm going to go right ahead and try out this blush. I feel like, to be honest, on the cheeks they both look very similar because even the other shade ended up looking a little bit pink on me. But I feel like this is such a beautiful blush formula. It's really nice and smooth. And on this brush, which I thought was initially going to be a little bit too big, I actually seem to really like it because it just seems to diffuse the color really well. And then I'm going to take a little bit against the bridge of my nose. So I zoomed you in so we could see the lower lash line. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. So I'm just going to take this shade right down the bottom here, which is called Churro. And I'm taking that back on the 307 shader brush, and I'm going to start buffing that underneath the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go into this shade right here from the I Love Sarai palette, which was Poquito Mas, with the same brush. And I'm really going to buff that on the outer half and blend it back up to the top. And then taking the 310 Essential Crease Brush into this shade down the bottom right here, which was called Finest Keepers, I'm going to start buffing out the whole perimeter of the shadow. I'm also taking the shadow pretty low to keep it very smoky. And then for eyeliner, I'm going to take a navy liner. This is the Too Faced Sketch marker in the shade Too Glam to Give It Damn, which is a deep navy. And I'm going to start creating a soft wing. So something kind of like that. And then for mascara, I wanted to try out this little deluxe sample. This is the Pure Fully Charged Mascara powered by Magnetic Technology. So I'm going to go right ahead and do a couple of coats of mascara. So while the mascara is drying, I'm going to take my pinky finger into this one right here called Just a Kiss and Basic. And I'm going to apply that as my inner corner highlight. And then for brows, I've got a couple of these little mini Anastasia Browers in the shade Medium Brown. I actually had 3 of these, but I ended up using one of these in my full face of samples video. So I figured we'd use another one of these today. And then to finish off the eyes, I thought we'd try on a set of lashes. These are the Gemma Isabella Cosmetics Boss Girl lashes. As you can see, they're really beautiful and soft and wispy. They're kind of spiky and fluttery, but I feel like they're still on the more dramatic side, so I think they'll go perfectly with this eye makeup. So I'm going to go right ahead and measure these to my eyes, but these are so beautiful and wispy and fluttery. These are so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. So I thought we'd do a before and after. So here is my eyes without the lashes. And then here is my eyes after with the lashes. These are such a pretty set of lashes. I would say these ones feel a little bit more comfortable on the eyes than the Dose of Colors ones that I did wear the other day in the style Double Dose. These are still really pretty and still dramatic and fluffy, but I feel like at least these ones feel a little bit more comfortable on the eyes. And then for the lips, I thought I'd go in with this Desi X Katy Liquid Velvet Lipstick in the shade A Mauve Story. I also did a lip swatch video featuring almost all of my liquid matte lipsticks, so I'll leave it in the eye up here or up here for you guys to watch later on. So I'm going to go right ahead and apply this color to my lips. And then to top it off, I'm going to go in with this product right here. This is the Dose of Colors lip gloss in the shade One and Only from the Mickey Mouse collection. How cute is the packaging of these? These look so beautiful. I love this color. Once again, it's called One and Only. So I'm going to go right ahead and apply that on top. Before I set myself down, I might just add a little bit more highlight onto my inner corner. So I might just take this brush right here because it's the last one that we have. This is the 207 Detailer brush. And I'm going to tap back into this shade right here from the Desi X Katy Friendcation palette in the shade Just a Kiss. And I'm just going to intensify the inner corner. And then to lock everything in, I'm going to finish off with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray in the scent Honey. So yeah guys, that is it from me today. I had so much fun creating this blue smoky eye look. I am so obsessed with the way that everything turned out. I love the bold pop of blue against my brown eyes and I would love to see you guys recreate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the finished look. If you did, then you guys know what to do. Please feel free to leave me a like, comment and leave any requests that you have down below in the comment bar. Subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell and drag it all the way down to all to become a part of this family and be notified of all my future videos. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys. Don't judge me. I see you judging me. There's no tissues in here, so I gotta make do with what I have. So next for highlighter, we have with aquatic. There's a hair. Pollution exposed hair. Huh? I'm shaking. Is this for your hair or is this for your face? I'm just gonna play it safe. I don't know what to do. Sits in there perfect. Ow. I'm just gonna put this one aside because if that says hair, I don't want to put this on my face. I always put that on my face. Oh my gosh. Take a little. Do you mind? We are now looking pink because you just made me do this like 6 times. Much better.
Oh.